Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to Swindon't You Forget About Me. It's been a while in game, and since I actually did a recording, so some things have happened. Now let's go first to let's look at the fixtures. So last time we were around, we played against bloody hell, it was a long time ago, wasn't it? We played against Barcelona and Cardiff, I believe. Since then, we've been in some pretty good form. A couple of losses, but mostly wins. We beat Portsmouth in the League Cup quarter-final. We've done pretty well in the Premier League. We won 6-0 against Copenhagen to confirm our progression. Unfortunately, the upset that was on the cards didn't occur. Barcelona managed to beat Madeira in the next round, or in the last round of fixtures, so they went through as group runners-up. We drew Roma, by the way. Then we continued on with our Premier League form. We won 3-2, 3-1. Huddersfield were third at the time and above us. We beat Bradford. We lost to Bradford, sorry. Then we beat Swansea, Burnley, Chelsea in the Premier League 2-0. Ipswich in the FA Cup third round. Chelsea again in the first leg of the semi-final, but then that precipitated a poor run of form. We drew 1-1 with Man United with, I think, the last kick of the game, basically. 90 minutes. We then lost 1-0 away at Wolves, and then we lost 4-1 away in the League Cup semi-final to drop out of that competition, which, it would only have been one more game. It would have been nice to win it, but I'm not too fussed. We then beat Liverpool 3-0 in the FA Cup, and then we beat Arsenal 3-0 at home, which was a big result, as you'll see in a minute. We then beat Supermare 2-1, Charlton 2-0. We drew 0-0 with Hull, which again was another frustrating result. Before beating Forest Green 3-0 in the fifth round to set up a sixth round tie with Portsmouth yet again. And then we had a shocker of a game where we won 5-1 away at Roma. I was expecting this to be a bit more close, but goals from Wilmot, Millie and Patrick, as well as an own goal, put us 5-1 up with 5 away goals, so we're doing pretty well in that. And then we beat Spurs. Oh no! Okay, so I have... okay, well it's fine. And then we beat Ipswich 2-0. Because we beat Portsmouth and we got through to the next round of the Cup, that's actually... I had intended to record Tottenham and Roma, but Roma's pretty much a given anyway. So here's a random video where we play Tottenham and where we play Portsmouth. But the main thing is the Premier League. We are third with a game in hand. If we win our game in hand, we go second by 2 points. That's why the 3-0 win over Arsenal was good. That's why the 0-0 draw with Hull, at the time we were top when we beat Hull, when we played Hull, we drew that game, and then that's why Arsenal are now 2 points ahead of us. So we need to try and claw some games back, which means we need to beat Spurs. Now, let's do that now then. So we're playing with Lauritsen in goal, of course. The back four is fairly unchanged. Excuse me. It's a weird little hiccup there. And we have got the midfield looking as normal, as you would expect, except for Maciasek, who's out injured for another couple of days, 7 days. And then up front we're saying Wilmot and immediate-friendly Millie. Now, the problem is there's a couple of people who you won't have heard of. That's because we've made some signings. We've just come out, and we're in March now, but in January I brought in some players. I don't think we sold anybody. We sent a couple of people out on loan. Connor Haynes went out on loan. Oh, we did sell Emre Oksan, he's pretty good, but he's gone to Trabzonspor. That's mainly because I was looking for some English players, and I found Kenny Warne, who is 21, good, and is only 21, and was only £4 million. So I bought him off of West Ham for £4 million. He's doing pretty well in his appearances that he's had with us so far. Does he speak Romanian? He's played in Romania for 2 years. No, classic English. And who else did we sign? Also this Tomasz Borgrud, 19-year-old centre-back, signed him for £5 million. He should be pretty good. He's 6'8". We've also got a couple of young players joining us, but I'll show you them in the summer wrap-up video when we do signings for the next season. Now then, let's play against Spurs. They're not in great form. They're not in great nick in terms of morale. We really should be the favourites. In fact, we probably... Yeah, we are in fact the favourites. Even John has taken note of that. We're doing pretty well. We just hope that we can continue our charge for the title. Arsenal, everyone has been fallible this season, and that is what is boding well for us. But yeah, we are in an unexpected title race. especially after the first couple of games of the season where we were not playing well, but we have stepped up and become a lot more. Oh, great ball through to Stas, who bloody well whacks it wide straight away. Terrible. But yeah, we've been a lot more consistent in the later, more recent stages of the season when compared to our rivals. And yeah, unfortunate results like, I think, did we not already drop points against Arsenal in the first game of the season or the second game of the season? And the same with Man United means that we are still in and around, whereas if we had won those two games, Millie puts the ball away. That's 1-0 up against Spurs straight away. Great ball through from, was it Gilic, or was Gilic just there because he was close? But anyway, whoever it was a great ball over the top. It was Gilic, lovely ball, splits the defence, 3 of them converging on him. He takes them all out with one touch, puts the ball past Dvorak in goal. So with things falling our way, we could be in for a surprise title surge. We'll have to see how things go. I'm wondering how being part of the league, the FA Cup and the Champions League is going to affect our run. And I was sort of hoping that. Well, I wasn't hoping that, but I was thinking that, well, if Roma absolutely tonk us, it wouldn't be the worst result in the world, because it means that we don't have to then add in 2 more extra fixtures after that, and then potentially more after that as well if we went through. The same with the FA Cup. I wouldn't have minded losing out to whoever we've played in every round basically so far. I keep putting out weakened sides and we keep fucking going through. So that's good in one sense, but it's also bad in the sense that I'm trying to keep things fresh for the league, and it's tough. So anyway, we're doing well. It's basically where we are. Water to calm nerves. Martins. Sasaki heads over. We've had some very, very fun games. We've been battering most people, but we've had a few close games. Wester-super-Mare was one particular one. The Charlton game, I think it said it was 2-0. It didn't seem like it should have been 2-0. It was a very, very much a closer game. They've been putting us under pressure. We've been doing it the hard way, much like Liverpool did for a chunk of this season. Just gone in real life. Oh, Gilic. Oh, Dvorak saves. But we're mostly grinding out results. I mean, the Hull game, we had something like 32 chances, and we didn't score, which was worrying. The problem is Ngabezi still doesn't score regularly enough. Patrick is a scorer of sensational goals, but not a regular scorer of sensational goals. We start mostly with Millie and with Wilmot up front. Wilmot scored a lot of goals in this run of good form. When the slightly shonky patch of form was when Millie was injured. So we hope that he can stay fit for the rest of this. It's a lovely bit of play. Gilic ghosting at the back post. We've also had Matisek out for the last couple of games, which I think nearly a month now, which has, I guess, hindered us a little bit, although you wouldn't, I guess, really notice that from our form. But he's a quality player, and obviously. And I signed into a new deal with no release fee. That was a big moment for me. Wilmot, you absolute moron. Swindon't hold a well-earned lead at the break. It's true. I'm happy with them, but I'm going to say assertively, you can still improve, and I have faith that they will. Wilmot not playing well, but that can change in a heartbeat, because he's a very good player still. Even though he's not as quick, he's still got some quality finishes in him. 2 of his goals against, his 2 goals rather against Roma were sensational. It's nice to see him shining on every stage that he plays in for us. What a servant he's been. He played his 200th game for the club recently. What a legend. McBride to Charmy. Charmy to Gilic. No, McBride mops up, gives it through to Stas. Oh, good save from Dvorak. Coming down at the feet of Stas there. Coming at the feet of Stas. Ew. Millie, Manuel. 57 minutes gone. Stas again, but he's been upended by Pierre. Jérémy Pierre. Are we going to get a card here? It's a yellow. After all that. So, a couple of classic things is Martins Sasaki at the back post, and that's exactly what they do, but he usually heads it in. So it's unfortunate, but this is the way things are at the moment. 62 minutes gone. We've only got the 1 goal lead, and against the big teams we do tend to let goals in late doors. So Just considering what we can do to try and force the subject a little bit here. Maybe we can play Topic. Saki went through the back of Bird. He did as well. Okay, what's going to happen? Number 22, Alfonson. Saki must be careful. Ooh, what? Who got booked then? Stas. Okay. Well, I think I took Stas off. Yeah, that's fine. He's not been as clinical as I'd like him to have been. 70 minutes gone. 70 minutes. Makita. Saki playing well, but I'm gonna. Oh no, I can't. I can bring on Crazy Mo. Swap them 2 round, and then maybe we'll bring on Baron for Gilic. See how that does for us. Because I'm just trying to make sure that we don't concede a late goal, and I think if Saki gets sent off, for example, that would obviously make it much harder. 78 minutes. Manuel now to Topic. To Millie, who tries to go around his man. Does. He gets past him eventually. Baron whacked it well wide there. Unfortunate, but only 10 minutes to go now. 10 minutes to go. Martins now crosses. McBride at the back post, heads wide. It's these nervy games. It's these nervy 1-0s. I don't like 1-0. I like 3-0. I like 5-0. Martins now. Crazy Mo. Heads just over the bar. Alright, 2-0. I'll take 2-0. 3 minutes of added time. Final whistle. There you go. A 1-0 win over Tottenham. A priceless 1-0 win. Well done. No, we can't say I'm far from pleased. We were pretty good there. You can't argue with that. We're back up to second with all the games equally played. We need Arsenal to slip up now. I'm not even sure if we play Arsenal for the rest of the season. No, we don't. So we need Arsenal to... Who have they got still in their running? Squad. Fixtures. So in their running they have... Nobody good. They have to play Spurs and Man City. And Liverpool, who's technically... No, they're not that good, but Huddersfield are good. Okay, so they've got a tough-ish run-in. Who did we have? We have Man City and Huddersfield. Okay, so there's still room for slips, but it's going to have to come from somewhere. £500,000 for getting 15 league goals. Fair enough. Millie. Shows they got stuck in. He had a good game. Yeah, I've got lots of mutual respect. Too much, probably too much mutual respect for him. Anyway, now we have to play Portsmouth. A little bit of a come down. I don't know quite why. I didn't realise that the Portsmouth game had inserted itself between this one and the Champions League game. But to be fair, we've already beaten. We're pretty much already through against Roma. If we do lose, I will show extended highlights in the next video. I see Masha say hello.
Hello.
Masha just came in. She's now leaving. Monday Michael completes his £350,000 switch to Saduva. Lovely stuff. Okay, what's going on here? Nothing particularly interesting. I'd like Huddersfield to keep being on some strong form so that when they play Arsenal they can knock them out. He says, as Bradford easily turn them over. And now we're going to have to sit here and wait for ages as well, aren't we? This is what life has become in the Football Manager household of Ben Wheatland. Cristobal and Sosa scored for Rayo Vallecano against Valencia. Come on, please. Gennady Pinchuk. Okay, who else we got going on here? So there's Porno. Pomo. His name was Porno. Okay, so I was trying to sign this guy. He's 15. It's pretty decent, but his work permit got turned down. That's a shame. Mike Adita. Not as good as Kenneth Adita. How are things looking down the bottom? Charlton look like they're probably safe. Are Leicester even still in the league? No, Leicester got relegated a couple of years ago, didn't they? Was it last season or 2 seasons ago? Are they coming up, are they? AFC Wimbledon were up here, up in this top. Oh yeah, they are. They're second. Okay, AFC Wimbledon in 10th. My favourite few clubs in the Championship are all looking like they're going to get relegated this season. Boston and Crawley, and also Carlisle. But yeah, we'd like to see one of these teams come up. And Dagenham and Redbridge up in 8th. Come on, late surge for the playoffs. Dagenham and Redbridge up in the Premier League. That would be sensational. I wouldn't mind having Portsmouth back in there. Bristol City up again would be fun. I don't think Sunderland have been around for a while, but I might be wrong. Blackburn also a team that obviously in our living memory are a Premier League team, but haven't been in the Premier League for a very long time on this game. So it would be fun to see them back. Get a bit of diversity in the Premier League crowd. Okay, so Arsenal, see, this is your thing, like Arsenal are losing their tie against, they absolutely smashed AC Milan. Okay, so Arsenal are through to the next round for sure. That's good. Porto have beaten Schlansk, which is a shame, but you know, makes sense, I guess. It would never have happened under Wheatland's tutelage. It's Zykov Park. Okay, so Arsenal will at least have 2 more Champions League games, which is good. It's good for us. It bodes well. What we need to do now is somehow to contrive to lose against Roma. I could just play the kids and deliberately get absolutely dumped out of Europe, but I don't think there's really any point in that. Might as well go through to the next round. Some of the teams that are in it are not that great. Obviously Arsenal are good, but there's not every single one of them are world beaters. Processing. Come on. I need to get to the 15th. And then I guess our Champions League games are going to be on the Wednesday. So we're going to have a tired squad by coming the next league game. Oh, we're going to lose. We're going to not win the title even though we're so close. And it's annoying. Goals from direct free kicks. Come on, game. Yeah. So, like I said, it's been a while. It was I was in a bit of a funk because again I had my pre-season, middle season funk as well. I lost those 3 games in a row where we lost the. Oh no! Sticky keys came up. Don't know what you're seeing at this point. Come back to me. There we go. Okay, good. Who was that? Italy has been chosen to host, of course. Right, looked at those already, so let's go. Come on, I don't like sitting and watching the processing screen. Stay back, snap up Robert Ortness. Come on, please. Oh, Muson has been injured, let's leave him to the physio. Marcelo Garcia, he's a young left back from Mexico. He's been called up, that's nice. Man City are still in it. That's annoying. Oh no, they're not. Oh yes, they are. They survived. Okay, good. Lyon are still in it as well. I think Lyon will probably be the team we'd want to get next round. Maybe Porto. Not one of the English teams is all I'm thinking. And I think there's a Russian side still in it. Maybe CSKA Moscow. I'm not 100% sure. But perfectly frankly, I want to win the Premier League. I don't give a shit about the. Well, that's not true. Perfectly frankly, I want to win the Premier League the most, followed by the Champions League, followed by I guess the FA Cup because we're still in that. But yeah, I mean, if the opportunity arises to choose between an important game in the Champions League and the Premier League, I don't know what we would do. Premier League's harder to win. It's 38 games. I just want to win it so bad. We haven't ever won it. We haven't even ever come close. This could be our year. I would hate to finish second. I would hate to finish second. I would also hate to be sitting here for the rest of my life watching this processing screen. Can we please move on? We've not conceded a lot of goals recently. Like we conceded a lot in those first few games of the season, and then we were at one point here with 20 odd goals, and now we're here with 20 odd goals because everyone else is conceding them, and we are not conceding too many at all. Hopefully Arsenal can start conceding a few more though. That would be nice. And losing all their games. Chuckle vision. Come on, please. Fuck me. Right. New in Frankie Wickman, one of the better players. Holy shit. He's a right winger, is he? Okay. Who else have we got? Anyone interesting? There's no Wheatland, no young Wheatland. Frankie Wickham. Anyone from Chippenham? This guy's from Duiven in the Netherlands. Reece Barry, good name. Josh Chamberlain from Salford. Why? There's none from Chippenham, that's a shame. Guy from Yate. Alright. Oh, there's another one that got cancelled. So I was also trying to get Iskuchkuwu for £1 million, but no. Bird finally scores. Classic bird finally scored. I want to play the game now. I want to play the game. And if we have to wait so much longer, I'll get annoyed. Come on. We can get over the line of the Friday, 14th of March, 2053. We can get over that line. It's an emotional and psychological hurdle, but we can get over it and we can play on the 15th against Portsmouth. God, nobody even cares about this game. Come on. So, like I'm saying, actually, we could do ourselves a favour here and lose to Portsmouth, and therefore not continue to play on. Because also the other games that we would be playing are tough games. I think there's Man City, Man United are still in it. We'll see if ever we finish processing. And it might just be better for us to lose here. But I'm not going to throw the game. I'm going to play a weakened side because we've obviously got to play Roma, and I don't want to like lose against them, even though we're pretty much through. It's no guarantee. They would have to win by 5 though, so we're probably okay. But still, I will play a decent side. I'll probably play Ngabezi to start, and I would have played our backup goalkeeper to start, but he's injured, as we just saw. Yeah, so there are the other teams that are in the cup. Let's go back. Obviously, Rochdale would be a plum draw for the next round, but Huddersfield are probably going to see to that. Man United, Southampton. Who else is in it? The other game is Plymouth. Oh, actually, so there is a pretty open door towards the final. There's no Man City. Obviously, Man City got knocked out. I missed that. All right, so we'll take this a little more seriously than we may have done otherwise. Either Plymouth or there's going to be some good teams in the semi-final. Right, Muson's injured, that's fine. We'll play Laveau, we will play Serapio. I'm going to play... Why is everybody selected? I want to play Ngabezi. And then we'll go in the middle here. Kenny Warren can play instead of McBride. That works for me. And you can come on... Actually, is that a good idea? We've got basically no defensive cover. No, we'll put... Oh, we do have some defensive cover. We've got Crazy Mo as well. That's right, it's because he should be like that. Good. Okay, looks fine. Let's play Montefiore in the middle there. Okay, let's go. That'll do. That's as weak as I'm willing to make the team. We've already beaten them 2-1 this season. I think that was at Fratton Park, or whatever it's called now. Probably some strange, alliterated thing named after a Cameroonian centre-back they've had once. But nevertheless, we will be hoping that we can win again. Saki heads over the bar early on. It's a goal kick to Portsmouth. 1 minute in. Wilmot. Okay, it's a goal kick. I think Montefiore headed that over. It is. Absolute Egypt. And now, 8 minutes gone. Wilmot again with a free kick. Have we taken all of our free kick takers off the pitch? Is that why he's taking them? Stas has taken one now. Oh, okay. Interesting play, lads. Laveau gives back at the Stas. No, he doesn't. Plays it into the centre. The crowded centre, that's where we like to be. Stas into Ngabezi. To Stas again. Goes in, but nobody was there. Warren out to Laveau. Laveau to Warren. Warren through to Wilmot. Lovely stuff. Great ball from Warren. Wilmot slots home. Swindon are 1-0 up. I thought it might be offside as well. Clearly, the Portsmouth players think it was. I thought it might be. It was one of those ones where it must be on the line. I mean, it must be 22 keeping him on, whoever he is. Their winger, Lustcombe. That's what I would call him if he was my player. Lustcombe. Anyway, Ali Opekli making use of all of his no pace to run down the wing. It was 4 of us in the middle, or 3 of us in the middle there, lining up to put it home, but we don't manage it. They clear it off the line. Could have been 2-0 up after 15 minutes. That would have been tasty. What's going to happen here then? Ipekli out to Charmy. Ipekli now, can he cross the ball? He can, but Barrett's there to clear. Montufar recycles the ball back out to Laveau. We're now with Stas. Stas crosses. Ngabezi heads over, just over it must have been. Looked like a good effort, but we remain only 1-0 up. We can put them out of both cups this season. That's fun. Don't often get to do that. Serapio heads home. That must be his first goal of the season. No, he scored before. Great header. Great header. You don't see them going that often. No, they always go over the bar. But lovely header from Serapio. Stas crosses. Serapio heads in. Beautiful stuff. Bad goalkeeping. Knocking over bottles left, right and centre now. 2-0 up. We're looking pretty good, although this is how I felt in the last game, and then we ended up only winning 2-1. So maybe we can put a third past them just to calm any residual nerves. Warren now. Wilmot goes past his man. Lovely. Stas. Oh, great save from our Joffrey in goal. Charmy to Warren. Wilmot has a dig. He does, but he misses. It's unfortunate. I can't remember. Did we talk about before whether or not Wilmot's the top scorer? I've been racking my brain. Oh, what a header from Suki that is! What an absolute towering header from the back post. Send it back where it came from. Delightful. That was beautiful. That's a thing of beauty. I love that. Anyway, sorry, I've got distracted there by a great header. Completely loses his man. Smashes the ball into the corner. Beautiful. Yeah, I was wondering. I don't remember if I did it on camera, but I was wondering to myself whether or not Wilmot must soon be one of the top scorers of the club's history, because I actually genuinely can't think of who the real life Swindon record goal scorer would be, because it wouldn't be great. It wouldn't be something huge. I don't think we would have anyone that has 300 or 400 like in some clubs, or even maybe not even 200. But I mean, Wilmot has 200 plus goals now for Swindon, so he must be in the top 2 or 3 at least, at the very least. In fact, whilst we're sitting here watching us calmly play the ball around Portsmouth, he says, whilst Portsmouth are calmly playing the ball around us, I'm going to say Swindon Town FC top goal scorer. Wilmot gives it to Ngabezi. Terrible effort from him. Stas puts it out. Ever, not just fucking right now. John Trollope, no, that's most appearances. Goal scorers. Harry Morris, 229 goals. Harold Fleming, 203. So he's probably in between those two now then. Anyone recently even coming close to that? No, not really. Sam Parkin. Yeah, well done. I'm pleased with how things are going. There was a game, I think it was the last round of the Cup, where Stas scored a goal and I said at half-time, good but don't get complacent, and he got angry. I was like, why? I mean, you have been playing well. I said you were playing well, but still, don't get complacent. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. You can have played well and need to not stop playing well. Al Joffrey now, up to Stas. Suki wins the header, and Warren now battles in the middle. That's nice. Laveau on the left, on the right. And Ngabezi gets taken out by Badal, who I think may be a former Swindonite. Not sure. Laveau crosses. Montufar hits it, but Al Joffrey palms it away. It's another corner for Swindon. We've been pretty deadly from corners in this game, and we are again. Oh no, we're not quite. We head it back across, and I thought Serapio was just going to tap it home, but he doesn't. Ngabezi wins the ball to Charmy. We've won another corner. 55 minutes gone. Come on, boy. Maxim Stas crosses to the back post. Suki heads over. It's unfortunate. It's a great ball. Lovely ball. Okay, we're playing around nicely now. Ali Apekli, Charmy. Excuse me, little sort of involuntary burp there. Warren over to Charmy. Great cross, but Badal is there to head clear. Or maybe Badal was a player for me on a different game. Could be. Stas crosses, sort of weird, sort of tries to curl it across the goal. I don't know what he was trying to do there, but it didn't work. We're going to bring Wilmot off for Patrick. I'm going to give I'm going to give Craig. I'm going to give Javier to give Charmy a break so that he can play against Roma. Laveau now to Stas, up to Engabezi. Engabezi, you're going to get the full 90, mate, so make the most of it. Laveau, great ball back to Warren. Montufar hits it, but Al Joffrey again saves comfortably. Stas, ball to the back post. Saki heads against the crossbar. We are pretty dangerous from set pieces, finally. It's taken us a few years. Derek Malcolm, sounds like a TV cop. Derek Malcolm. Honk of the horn. I don't know if you heard that. It was the trains going past. I really want to. Masha brought the reason Masha was coming in was she brought me some food and I really want to eat it. I'm hungry. Engabezi, Roach, Papa Roach, Warren over to Laveau. To Stas, to Laveau. To Stas, was taken out by Luscombe. Oh, in fact, he's given away a penalty. Montufar is going to have a penalty now then. Can he score? He can. I think he scored 3 this season. He's pretty prolific from the spot. Not a bad penalty taker at all. What have we got? Montefar's not going to feature. Topic might feature. Rodriguez probably won't. Peckley might. So let's do that. 4-0. I mean, we're coasting at this point, which is good, I suppose. It is always nice to keep going through and winning stuff, but I just really want to win the Premier League so badly. I'm getting so sort of tired of nearly, or not even. Well, actually, to be fair, it's nice to have some progress. Like the last couple of years, we finished. Was it 5th, 4th, or it was 6th, 5th? I think it was 5th, 6th, 5th, 5th, 4th. So now we're making some progress. It looks like we'll probably finish in the top 2 or 3, even if we don't win the league. So finally we're seeing some progress. We just need now to. Oh, good save from Lauritsen. Just need now to try and keep the squad together over the summer, no matter what happens, and build again for next season. Get a couple of English players in if we can. Although I checked, the English players are poor, so that's why I was going through trying to buy some young players to bring them in so that they're homegrown when they're good enough to play for the first team. I'm also trying to bring through that young striker, Chris Bain, or Sam Bain, his name might be, who came through our youth ranks last season. He made a couple of appearances in the League Cup, and I think he may have played in one of the early rounds of the FA Cup. Anyway, there we go, 4-0. Comfortable victory there in the end. Good win, well done. Storming game from some of them, Stas in particularly. Yeah, he got 3 assists, lovely stuff. Swindon 4, Portsmouth 0. Now let's see what everyone else did, and then I will save it, and I will leave you to it, and I'll see you at the next big game. Swindon under 18s win the league again. That's good to see. FA Cup 6th round. Man United went through. That's a shame, and that means we'll probably almost certainly draw them in the next round just to piss everybody off. It's a good feeling, brilliant feeling. As long as we've got the competition where it's always a chance. Lauritsen, Engabezi shouldn't be just judged on goals. Stas was great. Kenny's good. Leave. The one thing I want to do first is go Swindon. No, Swindon. Club. History. Records. Players. And no. Yep. Players. Most goals. Top league goal scorer. No, it's not there then. It's in overview. Player records. It's got a weird most league goals. Harry Morris 215. Okay, so we're not quite there yet with Mr. Does it not show you the sort of most league goals for club? So he's 100 goals behind. Okay, fair enough. So there we go then. So I'll see you at some point soon. Probably whenever we find out when the next round of the Champions League is. So I'd guess here-ish. And until then, see you later. Bye.